How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and we are only 6 days away, actually almost, literally 6 days away, from the release of the second DLC Indigo disc, and we have a bunch of stuff that wasn't actually shown in the trailer yesterday, or only really hinted a little bit, that's been talked about more from both leaks as well as previews. So I thought we'd take a look at this. There are posts from a bunch of people like Light, who just shares leaks, but also people like Koo, who actually posted images from these, these websites that have gotten previews and stuff. So I thought we'd take a look at what's being said right here, what's being talked about, and let's see what we have missed. So sit back, relax, let's get started. First things first, more information of the Indigo disc. We have a bunch of images here. Like, for example, this image clearly showing Rayquaza in the game and the location where you will find it. I am a little bit disappointed that it's not larger. I would have preferred it if it looked bigger in the world, because it would literally be physically bigger than this. I don't think it's this small, but it is what it is. Continuing though, here's what we have information-wise, and there is a little bit of this information everywhere, but let's see what they're talking about here. So, legendary Pokemon will appear as static encounters in specific areas at level 70 with special musical themes. So they will have special music, and they will have their own, themes and stuff. But also, they're going to be level 70, so if you want to catch them, you're going to have to get yourself ready, get yourself those Master Balls if you have any of those. I guess you can get one for free right now, but if you don't have that, you're going to have to just get a bunch of Ultra Balls and get yourself ready, or even Quick Balls, I guess, in some case. Get yourself ready to go in there and rumble. But that's like the first thing. Next up, though, we have, you can synchro with all Pokemon, and you will be able to fight with them. Yes, so I'm assuming when they say fighting, it's going to be similar to, the ability you have to, send a Pokemon out to attack others. I forget what it's called, but it's basically that same kind of thing, but you actually control the Pokemon, and you become the Pokemon. Also, you can earn BP, which is the Blueberry points, for doing quests. I already talked about this yesterday, not in my video on this channel, but on my main channel, I talked about this. But yes, you can do quests, and they will reward you with BP Blueberry points, and you need them to get certain things, right? With 3,000 BP, you can increase the amount of Pokemon that appear in specific areas of the terrarium. Okay, so basically by completing certain quests, you get more BP, and you can then use up to 3,000 BP to increase what Pokemon will appear, or the amount of Pokemon that will appear in specific areas. I'm guessing this could be really useful for shiny hunting. This could be really useful, I guess, to unlock certain Pokemon in those zones, which is pretty sick. Also, you can invite 23 people to the League Club, but it will cost you BP. Now, the League Club is a new thing where you're going to be able to invite other other characters from the game, and we're going to take a look at that in a second. But first, let's look at these screenshots, because there's a lot of screenshots that we haven't actually talked about or haven't been shown in the trailer. For example, we have a full clean shot here of Rayquaza. We can also see that it's going to be right above the school, so you're going to be able to find Rayquaza on this top of this mountain right around the school. But remember, you can't actually get the legendaries without getting your hands on a specific snack. You have to get specific snacks for each legendary to actually appear. Once you've got that, they will appear. And also, this is post-game, so this is after you complete the DLC itself, so you'll not have this in the start. We have the entrance to the actual school, the Blueberry Academy, with a bunch of students standing around. We also have a information thing here. You've got some kind of radar you receive, which is given to you by this character. It's not really described here, I can't translate it, unfortunately, to get exactly the meaning of it, but if anybody speaks Japanese, please just translate this for us in the comment section down below. Moving on, we have this cave, which is really cool, because I speculated that this was probably going to be in Area 0. That's what I thought in one of my videos, but I could be wrong. This could be actually still in the Blueberry Academy, because people were saying this looks very similar to one of the caves in Unova. I don't remember exactly which one. My brain is all just tabbed out mentally right now. But if we actually look it up, let's see. So, Pokemon Black and White, let's see, cave. If we look at some of the caves in there, the Charge Stone Cave, that's the one, right? So it looks like the Charge Stone Cave from Black and White. If we pull it up right here, you guys can see what we're referring to. If we can just find the exact image of it. I guess there's not really any good. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So yeah, the Charge Stone Cave kind of looks like that, and the fact that you have Spinarak's and Galvantulas, not Spinarak's, Galvantulas in there and whatnot, it kind of makes sense that this is connected to that. It's again that Unova connection, right? It's again just connections to Unova. Again, just hinting and pointing to Unova next year, which is, it's just insane, man. But yeah, moving on. That's one of the first things. Next up, we have another post here. This is from RuffledRowlit himself, who basically posted these images. I'm going to take a look at what he said. Now, RuffledRowlit, for those guys who do not know, RuffledRowlit is a legitimate real leaker, and he posts real riddles to, like, hint to leaks, and he actually leaked a bunch of stuff ahead of time. So, either way, let's move on. First up, we got Duraldon, which, you know, just taking a picture with Duraldon here. We have got the character running around in one of the more, like, floral zones here with Oricorio chilling. Of course, I think now we should have all the Oricorios at this point, all the forms. And here we have you controlling another Pokemon. So here you can see how it is to control a Pokemon. You literally become the Pokemon temporarily, and you're able to control it, move around, and attack other Pokemon. But that's not all. You can see right here, it says 0 out of 3 on the top. Now, what does that mean? I think that means that we're going to be doing quests specifically, and I think this is confirmed in one of the quest logs that we saw, that we will see later, is that you could actually be able to control the Pokemon and do quests as the Pokemon. For example, in this case, I'm guessing you got to defeat 3 Pokemon. So I guess right here, you just got to press L or R, and that will just attack this Pokemon in front of you and defeat it, I guess, if you are, you know, effective against it or higher level or something like that. Then we also have this right here. And here you can see some characters you can invite to the battle league. So this is the new league thing that was being mentioned right here. You can invite up to 23 people to the league club. So that's what's happening right here. You can see characters that are being invited, or you can invite to come and join you. And these guys look all the same, to be fair. I guess here you can either, like, invite them or unlock them, but it costs like 3,000 BP for one person, which is, gosh, jeez, nuts. And then here we have a bunch of Oshawotts. As we will notice here, though, there are a bunch of Oshawotts in this location, but there's also another image which shows that there are Oshawotts, not just there, but there's also, like, in this ice location, there's also, like, I think, not Infernape, jeez, I was gonna say Monferno, Infernape. I freaking forgot Chimchar's name for a second. Chimchars, as well as Scorbunnies, but that's not all. Here we can see how you can kind of, like, there's this feature in the game where you can, there's a specific room and you can invite the gym leaders from the past games, and you can invite up to 23 of them right here, as you can see. And this all kind of connects in together. So you can invite these guys, they'll come over, they'll visit you, you can battle them, you can earn more points, and you can even trade with the gym leaders, which again is very nice. And, also here we have this, the 23 people are most likely 8 champions, 10 academy teachers, then I guess it's the, I guess here's what he means, because this is all in, like, French. I'm guessing Panya, Pepper, and Menzi is got to be Nimona, Penny, and Arvin, right? And the 2 remaining from board 4, Kayan and Poppy, Okuba is counted among the champions, Hasa among the teachers. So I guess that's, like, again, the teachers, the champions, well, gym leaders, I guess, is what he means here by champions. And then the 4 other ones could literally be just, I guess, well, other characters. So yeah, that's pretty much what we know about that type. But let's move on up here. You guys can see the same post has been made by none else than the guys over from, specifically the guys from PokeCalo, saying you can invite up to 23 people. Synchronization works with all Pokemon, and you can pay your BP to spawn more Pokemon in specific areas. So yes, that's the same information we already covered. But like I said, there is still more stuff to talk about because there are more images that we haven't seen. Because down here, if we scroll down, we have Koenma, who actually tweeted out a bunch of images that haven't been seen yet. So we're going to go through them one by one. So first of all, we have the Oshawotts, right? Which we already saw. We have the Scorbunnies. It's a bit low quality, but yeah, we do have the Scorbunnies as well as the Chimchar that are chilling in the ice area. Minchinos as well. We got the same kind of image from earlier. If we move down further, we have the room where you can invite all the gym leaders and stuff. Like, they'll be chilling in here and talking to each other and stuff. You can invite them. And here you can see Grusha. I guess you're asking for, like, maybe a battle or something. Doesn't seem to be happening. We have actually images of all the starters, like close-up images of all the starters. We've got, not all of them, but a few of them. Squirtle, Piplup, Turtwig, and Fennekin. We also have the battle as you're about to start against one of the Elite Four members, as well as a close-up to Rayquaza. So I guess when you interact with it, it will play a short little cutscene of it getting pissed off, and then you can just deal with it, right? Again, same thing there. And here we have a screenshot just being taken, or a photo being taken by the player in one of the locations. We got, I guess the, what do you call it? The Alolan Geodude, as well as Deerling, Tyrogue, and Saucebuck up there. So you got those as well. Next up, we have some images from actual gameplay battles. We've got, oh boy, I forgot, oh geez, I forgot his name. I don't know his name, I forgot his name. Sorry, sometimes I forget Pokemon names, there's a lot of them. But we do have Quaquaval, at least I remember him. But we do have him here too, so a bunch of the starters. A double battle with one of the random trainers. As you may notice, the levels on these guys are going to be very high. So you got level 75. I know my camera's blocking it, but it's up there. So like level 75 is pretty nuts if you really think about it. This is going to be a really, like, way harder game. Unless you have a bunch of level 100s, then you're fine. And I know I have those too, so I'm not going to judge people for it, but that's the case. There's also, this is the little mini game you have to do for the first Elite Four battle. And also, we will be able to actually use our Pokemon to fly around the world, but that's in the post game though. So it's going to take a while to get there. Here we have a classroom, just chilling, vibing in a classroom. Seems like a store. You can go and buy stuff like resources and stuff, food, maybe even items or clothing. We also have again, a cafeteria. Not really anything crazy there. Just a random little Totodile chilling on a table, doing his thing. And up here is a nice overview. We've already seen this overview before, but it's like a top of a mountain looking down on all the 4 biomes themselves. And then here is the entrance down to the Savannah biome, like specifically. And again, the Galvantulas chilling in the cave. And then the final image is this one right here with a Trapinch that's seemingly made a hole for itself. It's a bit strange. I guess, I mean, they do dig themselves underground, right? So it's a bit random, but still worthwhile to bring up and mention. I want to do. But yeah, that's pretty much that for those. Moving on, there's also this post from Quenma who says, Pokemon Indigo disc leaks are good news for shiny hunters because yes, all the Pokemon you guys love that are legendaries will probably be shiny huntable, so get ready for that. Just thought I would bring that up real quick as well. Moving on though, we have this point right here. So this is from Soul, and it's a bit of a, you know, I guess a pointed out post by Centro, but he says, if you had any doubts about what's inside of the Terra Orbs or whose eyes are on the Terra Crowns, it's now all but confirmed. Seems like we can hear Terrapagos' cry every time we terrestrialize a Pokemon. Just listen to both these videos and see for yourself. So I'm just going to, for a second, I'm just going to simply change the audio of my screen here away from the music that's playing. I'm going to change it over to the actual video right here. I'm going to pull up the volume so you guys can hear it. There you go. And then there's this. So yeah, basically, like was being said here by, what's his name? Like was being said here by our boy Centro, basically, we've been hearing the cry of Terrapagos this whole time. That's pretty much the way you should view this. It's pretty much what's been going on. So yeah, a bit random, but at least that's their way of hinting it. So yes, Terrapagos is legitimately straight up directly involved with the, you know, with the actual terrestrializing feature itself. So that's pretty much what we get out of this. And you had Soul here basically saying, have you noticed the animation for Terra Orbs is the same as sending out a new Pokemon? You already sent out your Pokemon to battle, but then you resend out crystals that overtake your Pokemon. Are the crystals sentient? Have we been sending out the 3rd legendary this whole time? It seems like the case. But yeah, this explains why we terrestrialize. We see three L's, eyes on the head of the Pokemon. And we know 100% that the 3L is related to and the cause of the Terastall. The game is also suggesting the crystals are basically an invasive species taking over most of Area 0. Lower strata, trees, etc. You guys can actually see it is taking over. So yeah, it's basically Terrapagos taking over the whole place. We also were told that the crystals are what powers so many things in Scarlet and Violet, and even AI, Sada, and Turo harness their power or have consumed or been taken over by them, depending on how you look at it. Much more on this last point in the future thread, though. But yeah, lastly, the entire time machine, or whatever is surrounding the mechanical parts of the time machine, are walls of exactly these crystals. And when the time machine opens, you can see the immense power coming out of it. I still think we are seeing a part of the 3L's shells here, or the 3rd legend. I think 3L's, but it's 3rd legendary shell here too. So yeah, there you go, lads. It's a bit of a weird situation, but nonetheless, pretty cool. So let's move on to the next thing. Next up, we have 2 rework students. So yes, I accidentally said yesterday I thought this was Penny, but it could be Mela, because they, like, we also see here Giacomo as well, who's now no longer a ruffian or no longer part of Team Star, but now is actually wearing their student uniform. So yes, we see them, and it's possible that they will all be controlled possibly by some, like, the zombie Pokemon. That's kind of what's being talked about. We'll see if that's actually true, but yeah. Moving on, a really cool thing though. Venusaur and Blastoise have both had their models overhauled for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, just like Charizard. Yes, so their models have been changed. On the bottom here, you guys can see their old versions. And then on the side here, you guys can see their new versions, which, yes, they look way better, more expressive, better, like just better facial features, to be honest, man. Like, they do look similar still, but you can definitely tell that they've done a bit more with the face, shaped it a bit better, and given them a little bit more personality in those, like, you know, in the eyes, which the eyes do a lot for a Pokemon, especially also, like, the face area. They've done a little bit there to improve them. So I like that. I'm very happy with that. You guys can see they've definitely improved them, which is sick to see, and I'm very, very happy with that. So I do hope they keep doing this in going into, like, the next generation and stuff. They keep improving the models and not just reusing them, because they did just reuse the same models for the longest time, and they didn't even try to improve them for the longest time, and I'm happy they finally went about it and actually did something about it. So I'm happy about that. But yeah. So, moving on. All these legendaries will be level 70 plus other information from the Japanese previews. And this is Makio and J Roses sharing their stuff as well, because you guys can see right here, of course, the list of the returning legendaries, which we've already talked about in the past. Speaking of Makio and J Roses, if we go over to the actual website that they have, PokeOS, we have to go to the old website to check out some of the stuff that they posted. But for the most part, it's just the information we've already seen, so nothing too crazy there. And finally, of course, here is more of the gameplay that we can see of controlling the Pokemon. In this case, Flygon, so you can even fly a little bit, or hover over the ground at least. But yeah, Synchro ability is not limited to Pikachu. It means every Pokemon can use it, which I am so happy with, man. I was so worried it was going to be just for small Pokemon, or like a limited, like 15 of them or some shit. But yes, they made us able to control all of them. This is like opening up so much potential for interesting things and interesting videos to be made and stuff. Like, I'm already thinking of ideas of what you can do with this. Like, it's gonna be insane. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for watching. I am going to be peacing out for now, but I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. God damn.